There is a lot to look forward into the new year 2022. If you're in the business sector, it's going to be an interesting year. This year, we will cover a wide range of topics from investments to earning millions. Cryptocurrencies and NFTs are only two of the many developments taking place. To put it mildly, this year promises to be an eventful one. You'll make a lot of money if you've got a good eye and a good sense of what's going on. We'll go through several of the newest financial guidelines and advice for 2022 in this video, so please give it a thumbs up if you're interested. Number 1. Begin putting money aside. Make a financial resolution to start the year off well by setting aside some funds. It's very typical to read stories of people who've saved up enough money to buy their ideal home and vehicle, as well as pay for their college expenses or even take a trip. They just establish a savings routine based on the 21-day guideline. To begin, consider the following variables as a starting point. First and foremost, practice self-control. It is not where it is wanted, but rather where is it appreciated that money will remain. To put it another way, don't throw cash just because you've got it. Instead, utilize it to pay things like your power bill or housing expenses. Do your best or you'll be stuck paying the poverty tax for the rest of your life. So how can I begin to save money? That's the most frequently asked question. Here's a good place to start. Keep track of your expenditures. Determine how much money you spend each day by creating a budget for everything from food to your rent to your power bill. Apps and programs like Pocket Guard can be used to simplify this process. Stop paying for things you never use. The third option is to ride a train or bus to get to your place of employment or educational institution. You can also ride a bicycle as a kind of workout to stay in shape. Plan to dine out only once per month and stock up on food coupons, among other strategies. Setting savings plans is the fifth step. For example, think or preparing for a holiday, retirement, a wedding, or education. The next step is to calculate how much money you'll require. The answer to these questions depends on your time frame. Make sure you're using the power equipment. A piggy bank is a good option. As long as you've got a few coins or little bucks to spare, you can use this for the whole family. If you're trying to keep a negative habit like swearing, consider using a swear jar. Automated bank accounts are also available. The second thing you should do is put your money to work for you. The term saving is often used interchangeably with investment. Saving money entails putting money aside in a way that both is secure and easily accessible. Investing is the process of making a profit by purchasing a financial asset. To let you find out where to put your money right away, here are 5 steps. Number 1. Determine your financial objectives, timeable, and risk tolerance. Number 2. Make a decision on whether you choose to do it yourself or to let someone else take care of it. Number 3. Decide on the type of investing account you want to utilize. Investing alternative includes equities, commodities, interchange-traded funds, mutual funds, index funds, and other alternative investments. Number 4. Create an account for yourself. Account providers, online brokers, and robo-advisors are visible options. In the event that your company allows it, you can arrange automatic payments from your bank account to your investment portfolio. Number 5. Select investments that are appropriate for your comfort level. Stocks, bond, mutual funds, real estate. Number 3. Become a better person. Get back into the classroom. A recent study indicated that earning MBA can increase your earnings by 45%. You are not required to set foot inside a school building in order to participate in lessons. Rather, you are free to do so from the convenience of your own home or workplace if you like. Therefore, your goals for 2022 should be to acquire new talents and prepare yourself for professional growth. Educate the children and send them to university. All that matters is that you do whatever it takes, spend, save, or borrow. Your children's education is the single most important factor that will determine their future earning potential, making it the best investment you can make for them. Earning an extra $1 million in your lifetime is quite possible if you have a college degree rather than a high school diploma. Increase your well-being. Work-related illness and stress kill many individuals because of inadequate health care. Invest in your health with your hard-earned money. Go to the spa, go to the gym, do some yoga, eat some nutritious food, and most importantly, relax whether it's through a trip or getaway. Just sit back and relax while your wealth takes care of you. Number 4. Establish a new commercial venture. Have you always dreamed about launching your own company? take some time to consider the following questions before moving on to the topic of money. What is the driving force behind your desire to establish your own business? Is it to find a solution to a problem or for another reason that you seek money, independence, and adaptability? What are your talents? What do you enjoy doing in your spare time? How much money are you willing to put at risk? Do I want to do this full-time or part-time? Once you have determined the answer to those questions, and if you have also carried out research on the market, the following step is to become familiar with your rivals. Think about this way. Competition can be a positive thing. It signifies your service or product already has a demand, so you know there are clients eager to pay for it. Create a business strategy. A business plan is essential. Even if you don't plan to seek external finance, a business plan is essential since it allows you to determine how much money you'll need to get going. Decide on place for your business. Think about this. Consider if you can budget renting or maybe purchasing a place. Make sure the location is easy to get and is visible from the street. It is important to make it easy for others to find you. Limitations placed by your own municipality or state should not hinder your business or act as a deterrent to opening a location there. The most important step in launching a business is securing the necessary financial resources. Commercial banks, the Small Business Administration, family members, acquaintances, lines of credit, venture capitalists, and crowd funds are just a few of the alternatives available for investors and borrowers. Number 5. Be ready for the worst. In Robert Kiyosaki's book, Conspiracy of the Rich, the fourth rule of money stresses the need of preparing for tough days when you only know good days. Robert recounted the well-known tale of Joseph, a religious figure. Pharaoh was convinced of the impending famine by Joseph's prophecy of 7 years of dreadful years. This alone elevated Egypt to the position of a world leader. As long as we have the ability to handle financial catastrophe, we will be hugely profitable in great times. Have a cash reserve set aside for unseen circumstances. A well-stocked emergency fund is one approach to being ready for the unforeseeable. 3 to 6 months of regular living expenditures should be covered by your emergency fund, which should be liquid enough to access quickly. Emergency funds are essential in the event of job loss and a difficult search for a new position. Knowing that you have money on hand in the event of loss of employment, sickness, or anything else that might impair your salary is always a good feeling. Make sure you have adequate life insurance coverage. It's critical that you have enough life insurance to take care of your loved ones in the event of your death. Your beneficiary should have access to sufficient funds, thanks to the death benefit of the value insurance, to pay off any outstanding bills. The expense of your children's education could be covered if you have insurance coverage. Make contingency plans in the event of natural calamities. Forest fires, flooding, and storm are wreaking havoc on states and towns already struggling to cope with COVID in this era of natural calamities. If you're not prepared, you'll find yourself in a predicament. Think about what kinds of natural catastrophes are typical in your area, then have a discussion with your insurance agent about the kind of protection you could require. Set up a contingency fund. You may wish to put together a contingency plan. The backup fund should exclude anything you can eliminate or ignore. In the event of financial emergency or term of unemployment, this backup will allow you to be prepared. If you prepare ahead, implementing it later will be easy. An emergency plan will help you get through disaster because you will not be thinking rationally at the start. Number 6. Take advantage of your debt. Many individuals shudder at the mention of debt. Climbing out of debt is the subject of countless documentaries, novels, and publications. When used effectively, debt can be both beneficial and detrimental at the same time. Debt can be used in a constructive way to invest by using leverage to increase your returns enormously. What does leverage mean in the context? In finance, leverage is the utilization of borrowed money to increase the profitability of your investments. At a larger risk of financial loss, leverage can provide formerly impossible profits. Good debt and cash-flowing investments are used by the rich to expand their wealth, and both bankers and buyers are involved in this process. People think it's a dreamland where people will offer you funds to invest, but that isn't true. To be honest, most of us don't have the time to search for the best deals. Many of their deals are actually brought to them by people who have the appropriate level of financial understanding expertise, and motivation to offer them opportunities. Purchasing goods that can increase in price or gain more profit to repay the debt is an effective use of the borrowed funds. This is an example of efficient debt. Real estate shares and several other types of securities, such as managed funds, are all part of this type of asset. When it comes to long-term wealth building, this sort of debt is the best. So, if you want to accumulate riches in the long run, you can do so in one of two ways. Number 1. Get rid of any debt that isn't serving you well. Because of the related interest and fees, taking on too much debt is nearly sure to regularly diminish your net worth. Starting with the highest interest or fee debt and slowly working that off may be good strategy in certain situations. Because credit card interest charges are typically greater than those on a mortgage, it may even be preferable to pay down the debt on your credit card if the interest rate on your personal loan or credit card balance is greater. With this strategy, you can lower your interest expenses. Number 2. Recycling of debts. To accumulate money over time, debt recycling can be a useful strategy to turn part of your inefficient, doesn't create capital growth, income tax deductible debt into efficient debt, doesn't generate capital growth or income, or is tax deductible. Your inefficient debt can be paid off with a lump sum or inheritance. The inefficient debt can be replaced with a tax deductible and a wealth generating debt if you loan and invest the same amount. Let me know if you enjoyed this video by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing. Leave a comment down below if you have some suggestion for our next videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.